And that's going to be huge because you're going to basically go after that, mass segment that Tesla has always coveted. And that'll be, that's where you're going to get 5 million EVs by 2030 is that $25,000 car. So we like Tesla here. It still looks cheap. The way we look at cheapness, we look at price earnings relative to growth, which is the way you should be looking at stuff. And on a price earnings basis, it's trading about 58 times 2024, but it's growing at 35% a year. So you compare it to an Apple or you compare it to a Microsoft, it looks cheaper than those. So we still like Tesla here.
Since Tesla launched its Cybertruck, there's been a lot of questions that have been going through investors' minds. What will the demand look like? And what will the pricing structure look like in the future? And also, will the price fall later in the future? Will the Cybertruck eventually become a mainstream product? These are the questions that investors and Tesla bulls want the answers to. So today we're going to take a critical look at one of them.
Cybertruck, a little bit of a different story, right? I mean, this is one you got to kind of break the bank a little bit more if you want all the gadgets and cross your T's and dot your I's and get your trunk full, the bed full of extra, charging plates, etc., so you can get out into the great outdoors. What do you think of this thing? Are they going to be able to find a buyer for it?
They have 2 million buyers. They have people lining up. Like I live here in Chicago.
Well, they've got little deposits, right?
Yeah, but I live here in Chicago. They have a Tesla Cybertruck in the store. Yeah. There are lines around the block to see this thing. It's just out of this world. So they're not going to have any problem whatsoever selling this, despite what the bears say. And they're charging $20,000 more for somebody who wants to take delivery today. And you get some etching and you get FSD for that $20,000. But you've got this 2 million order backlog of people who want to get their. People are not canceling their orders. People are trying to figure out, how do I get my Cybertruck before 2025? And so I think the pricing is fine. I think the long range, which is kind of their bread and butter version, that's going to be $80,000 to start. The tri-motor, the beast as they call it, is going to be $100,000. They're going to have a rear wheel drive version kind of for, the average truck driver, pickup truck owner. It's going to start at around $60,000. Those numbers are going to come down over time. But for now, they're skimming. They're basically, that's a marketing term where you're basically starting with the people who want to pay for it, want to get it first, and then they'll bring the prices down as they get more scale and they produce the thing. Right now, they're telling people 250,000 capacity by 2025. I could see this thing selling 1 million units by, say, 2026, 2027. And I could see this thing with a smaller version for especially Asia. You don't see pickup trucks in Europe, but you see pickup trucks in Asia. I could see them coming out with a Cybertruck 2 that's a lot smaller, but has the same look as the Cybertruck 1. So I think this is going to become, as big a seller as Model Y. Model Y is going to sell 1.4 million or so this year, 1.3 million. I could see Cybertruck being 1 million units per year as we get out to 2026, 2027.
All right.
Imagine a truck that can go faster than a sports car, tow more than a pickup truck, and run on electricity instead of gas. The Cybertruck is known for its unique design, durable exterior, and impressive performance. It's a bold and ambitious project that could catapult Tesla to new heights. It's a vehicle that sparked creativity and opinions and also debates online over its structure and appearance. It's also sparked a lot of memes and jokes too, and it represents Tesla's vision of a future with challenges that go against the status quo and the auto industry in general. But the big question is, how successful will this truck be? Will the Cybertruck be able to move from a niche to a mainstream product in the competitive truck market? This is the million-dollar question that we're about to answer. We're also going to explore some of the challenges and benefits of the Cybertruck and how it could potentially change the future of transportation. Let's dive in.
That is there. For them, this is their rock show. And what you're going to see, if you watch this, let's say over the next half hour or so, it's going to be vintage Elon Musk. The Cybertruck, he will tell you, is unlike anything else. It's the most boss truck in the world. It will have incredible performance, yada, yada, yada. All the things that he has said before, only he'll say it now on stage. And who knows, they may do something kooky or wacky where they show how indestructible it is in some fashion. So that's what you can expect from Elon Musk. Typically, these are kind of fun to watch, though I have to point out, every once in a while, he has an event like this, And you kind of come away going, that's it? I'm underwhelmed. Let's see what Elon we get here now.
Special moments. But these things are rare. It's very rare that a product comes along that is seemingly impossible, that people said was impossible, that experts said was impossible. And this is one of those times. We have a car here that experts said was impossible, that experts said would never be made, that it really is the most. I think it's our best product. I think it's the most unique thing on the road. And finally, the future will look like the future. So what we're aiming for here is something that's more truck than truck. Okay. Thanks, bro. That's literally my brother there. So, so what we have here is something that is a better truck than a truck, while also being a better sports car than a sports car, in the same package. So, first of all, let's they talk about how trucks are tough. That's one of the defining characteristics of a truck. So how tough is this truck? Let's find out. So we actually had to come up with a special, ultra-strong, Tesla-designed steel alloy. So this alloy, this metal did not exist before. We needed something that you could actually manufacture, but that would have basically no corrosion, that didn't need paint, but you can still make it in volume. And part of the reason that it has this angular shape is you can't actually stamp these body panels. The body panels would break the stamping machine. So, and I should say also, because of the steel exoskeleton, it actually has more torsional rigidity than a sports car. It has more torsional stiffness than a McLaren P1. So that's a big deal. Now you may remember an incident 4 years ago. Didn't quite go as planned. And Franz, maybe we should try it again. Yeah, well. One miss. Yeah.
There's been a lot of speculation about the Cybertruck. Earlier this year, some industry experts and analysts, including Morgan Stanley, stated that despite Cybertruck's high number of reservations, they didn't really expect it to become more than just a niche project. They also noted that the Tesla truck isn't going to compete with the mainstream ones, citing several reasons for this prediction. But could they be right? Let's find out. Hey guys, welcome back to Tesla Tomorrow. No doubt the Cybertruck faces several challenges in becoming a mainstream product. First up, it's got a high price tag that is pretty unconventional for most trucks, starting at $60,990 before tax credits. Second, it's a polarizing appearance and it might not appeal to traditional truck buyers who value functionality over style. And third, it's got to compete with established and emerging players in the EV and electric truck segments like Ford, Rivian, and GMC. However, despite all this, we do think that the Cybertruck does have some advantages that could help it gain popularity and acceptance among consumers. But what are they? Let's find out. But before we do, if you like this type of content, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to keep up to date on everything going on with Tesla. The Cybertruck is a bold and innovative product that could potentially create a new market for electric trucks. A truck that has many features that make it attractive to potential buyers. It is Tesla's most daring vehicle design to date, and is expected to compete with other EVs like the Ford F-150 Lightning. This futuristic truck, unlike most vehicles, has an exoskeleton made out of 90% recycled stainless steel. Despite the already groundbreaking design of the Cybertruck that was shown off at the unveiling event back in 2019, the vehicle has still seen several notable design changes, and every design improvement has made the Cybertruck an even more compelling vehicle, with a demand that is through the roof. When Tesla first announced the Cybertruck, the vehicle had attracted a lot of attention, especially for its unique design and standout features. However, some do love this design, but others also hate it for its angular and boxy shape. But beyond this, there are also fans who've got bigger plans for the Cybertruck. One of these is Oracle co-founder and big Tesla investor Larry Ellison, who recently disclosed his plan to make Cybertruck a police car, a plan that is truly a one-of-a-kind premise, and it promises to be absolutely fascinating. The Cybertruck boasts a stainless steel body that is resistant to dents and corrosion, a glass roof that can withstand bullets and sledgehammers, a spacious cabin for 6 people, a large bed that can carry up to 3,500 pounds of cargo, and an adaptive air suspension system that can adjust ride height and dampening. These are just a few of the features that make the Cybertruck a suitable design for Ellison's plan. Imagine a future where Cybertrucks become official vehicles where they are just used for really interesting and heroic missions. It's about to become a reality and we can't wait to see it.
Our next generation police car is coming out very soon. It's my favorite police car. It's my favorite car, actually. It's Elon's favorite car. It's incredible. I know too much about it. Some of it's still to be disclosed. But among other things, it's very safe, very fast. It's got a stainless steel body, and we don't have to add a screen to it or we don't have to add cameras to it because we actually use their existing cameras and their existing screen to put our application up for people in the Tesla vehicles. You can use a non-Tesla vehicle and we can enhance it, or you can use a Tesla vehicle.
Ellison's move on Tesla with the Cybertruck seems to be pretty interesting. He thinks Oracle could use the existing screen and cameras inside the truck to deploy software solutions for police work, which also include cloud-based solutions, satellite and terrestrial networks, AI, and the like. He also said that Oracle's system will be reliable, secure, and resilient, and would never fail. While this may seem rather optimistic, there is also a critical point to consider here, and that is that Ellison is not the only one who thinks the Cybertruck would make a great police vehicle. Even Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, has expressed his enthusiasm seeing the truck as a next-level police car. He's also described the truck as being designed for Blade Runner, referring to the sci-fi movie set in a dystopian future. So many people may not really see the advantage and potentials of this car, but it's clearly a vehicle that'll change people's views about EVs, and one that'll definitely boost Tesla's revenue, placing it at the right valuation. ARK Invest, a longtime Tesla bull, is even more bullish on the Cybertruck's prospects. In a recent post signed by Sam Chorus, the investment firm anticipates that Cybertruck will see mainstream success and be a product that will even surpass the Model Y in popularity. In ARK's view, the low expectations for Cybertruck are based on a blind spot. ARK cited in its research that it shows that the global EV market is likely to share a scale of over 70% by 2027, and the US will not be far behind. The company also cited a forecast from the US EIA, which stated that trucks are expected to make up 69% of all vehicles in the US by 2050. While the EIA does expect pickup trucks and electric trucks to account for less than 10% of all vehicles in the US by 2050, the Chorus points which they raised up suggest two signs that this could be a significant understatement. First up, the sheer number of pre-orders for Cybertruck, and second, Google Trends data, suggesting that interest in the truck is not only increasing over time, but it's also concentrated in the US, which historically has been a truck-loving place. In these states especially, Chorus suggests that Cybertrucks could soon be mainstream and be as popular as the Model Y.
So you've got, if you look at earnings estimates for Tesla, they're down 40% year to date. If you look at either 23 or 24, because they've cut the price of Tesla. Now you got everything going the other way. You got interest rates going down, so there's much less risk that you're going to have further price cuts. when we get into the end of the year, you got all these distortions though now, because again, as I talked about, the Model 3, the rear wheel drive in the long range, which is 90% of the volume, is not going to have the $7,500 credit, but the Model Y, which is priced about $5,000 or $6,000 more, will. So you're going to have these weird situation where after that $7,500 off invoice credit, the Model Y is going to be cheaper than the Model 3. My guess is they'll take the Model Y price up rather than cut Model 3 more. But that's 2 weeks from now. But that'll be good for the stock.
So then, we should then, I guess, expect the prices to stabilize somewhat. Like the string of cuts we went through, if things play out the way the macro is geared up for right now, then we shouldn't have to see any more price cuts, right? Unless they really need to undercut the competition or something.
Which they don't. I mean, if you can buy a Model 3 today for $35,000, you can buy a Model Y for $45,000. If you ask why people don't, if you ask people who are internal combustion engine owners why they don't buy Tesla, the number one reason is because they think it costs too much. Okay, and if Tesla would just even spend a little bit of money communicating with folks that, hey, after this EV credit, you can get into a Model 3 for $30,000. You can get into a Model Y for under $40,000. That would be a surprise to a lot of people. So we've advocated they should spend some money on advertising for a long time. I don't see them cutting price from here. Their margins right now are 16. That's the industry average. They were 26 a year ago. And so I would argue the pricing is fine. That's not the reason. The way Tesla can get from 1.8 million units this year to our forecast is 10 million by 2030 is by communicating with people how affordable it is, how easy it is to charge, how easy it is, the lower cost because you don't have to put gas in your car, the safety record. If you drive a Tesla at 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, the performance is huge. All they need to do is communicate those benefits to ICE owners, and you're going to get a lot more sales. You don't need to cut price anymore.
The truck market is one of the most important segments in the industry, as trucks are widely used for transportation, logistics, construction, and recreation. Therefore, there is a strong need for more efficient and sustainable solutions for trucking. For this reason, the release of the truck isn't just fascinating for car enthusiasts, but it could also be a notable impact on Tesla's stock performance. A successful launch and positive market reception could contribute to increased investor confidence, considering the significant boost that it will have on the automaker's revenue. However, in all of this, it is important to note that the Cybertruck's success is going to largely depend on how well it can appeal to the mainstream, which, in this case, is the largest segment in the US auto industry. Also, the impact of the truck on Tesla's valuation will depend on how well it can deliver on its promises and overcome challenges. But without enough demand, it might be difficult for Tesla to make enough revenue from the Cybertruck. What do you think? Let us know down below. And if you want to know more about what Tesla's been up to over the last few days, go ahead and click on this next video on your screen. See you there.